exciting news this week was that Argyle announced that a team led by former players David Norris and Jamie Lowry are heading to America to take part in the soccer tournament, or TST, in North Carolina. It's a 7v7 event. You may have seen it over socials and a little bit on TV over the last couple of years. It's really come to prominence to try and, I suppose, boost football or soccer in the States. It's a £1 million event if you win it. And Argyle are joining the likes of Bayern Munich, Villarreal, Wrexham have been out there for the last couple of years. There's also a team led by Sergio Aguero. So there's big names out there. And it is it's something that looks like quite a bit of fun. And I'm delighted to have both Jamie and David here, who are, let me get this straight. So David, player, coach, and Jamie, player, assistant coach, yes?
Assistant coach, player, I think, first, yeah.
Okay. But you will be done in the boots, I'm hoping, at some stage.
If they're desperate, I'm sure. Or we're winning 5-0, we could come on and look good.
We'll get some cameos in.
Yeah.
You can't retire, Dave, can you? You keep saying you're going to retire and then you can't retire. And so this is another example of that.
Yeah, I guess so, mate. Yeah. I mean, I think it's well documented. I've retired many a time over the last few years, and I'm still going. But yeah, this one for me was just obviously it's an incredible opportunity. So when the club got in touch with me and talked about the potential, fronting it up, being the manager, coach, and then with the option of playing as well, working alongside Jamie, who'll be the brains behind the tactics. So yeah, it's a great opportunity. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So from what you've kind of heard about the event, David, what is it that kind of is so appealing for you to want to get involved, and certainly with Argyle as well?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've actually had an experience with the event as in knowing about it for the last 3 years, probably from the first one, 2 or 3 years. I've trained a lad who went out there, Stephen Ireland, who used to play at Man City, has taken a team out there the last 2 years, and I've worked with him, getting him fit, ready to go out there, and he was talking me through it, showing me all the socials about it. So I'm aware of the tournament, how big it is, the types of teams and players that go out there. And then I realised it's getting bigger and bigger every year. Like you say, Wrexham have taken a team, I believe Burnley have taken a team, Nani's got a team, Aguero's got a team. So it's getting bigger and bigger. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, in typical American style, in a good way. They've put their own spin on it, with certain the rules. So it looks like it's going to be a good bit of fun as well. And I think for our point of view, we want to help promote the Argyle brand. That's going to be key, across the world. So it's going to be a great opportunity for that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what it's all about. But obviously, I've got a history with the club. I've always been close with the club, the fans, the people at the club. I get down once or twice every year still, even though I took my kids to the game yesterday and they were saying, I can't believe people still recognizing it. It's been 15 plus years since I've even been there. So I've always had a close affinity with the club, and this is just another way for me to be involved in a really good way.
Never forgotten, Chuck. Never forgotten, for sure.
Nice.
And Jamie as well, for Argyle to get involved with this. David was mentioning there, Nani, the Manchester United winger, Sergio Aguero. I mentioned teams like, Bayern Munich, Villarreal, Como, who are managed by Cesc Fabregas, are all involved in TST. So for Argyle to sort of get involved amongst those names, how big is that, I suppose, for the football club from your point of view?
It's massive. It's something, obviously, how far the club has come, really, isn't it? It's from where you come before Simon came in and took it over, and now looking at where the club want to go to, and like I say, to be around those kind of names and to kind of promote Argyle globally is a real privilege, and something obviously we're really looking forward to doing.
And it is certainly, that is one of the big things about it, isn't it? Is introducing Plymouth Argyle, the club, the brand, to a new audience potentially in America, which, it is. We're actually quite big in the States. I've seen it firsthand, Jamie, with a trip out to Chicago earlier or last year. But but this is a proper opportunity. It's streamed on ESPN. This tournament. It's a proper big deal, isn't it? From all accounts.
Yeah, it's massive, and that's why we obviously want to go out there and obviously represent ourselves the best we can, but also obviously publicise the Argyle brand as well. So, yeah, really looking forward to it. It's been a really good opportunity, and just obviously trying to get the strongest team we can to go out there and compete as well.
We'll talk about that in a moment, lads, because you're going to have to get your kind of director of football hats on with a bit of recruitment, I'm imagining. But on the tournament itself, then, I'll ask you first, Chuck, because you said you've had a bit of experience in it. And you mentioned a minute ago about classic American style. It's a 7v7 tournament. I think there are group stages and then it goes to knockouts. But there are some interesting rules that we're going to have to get up to speed with as regular football fans, aren't there?
Yeah. I mean, I'm still getting up to speed with them myself. I believe that there's target goals where you're playing till you get that goal, or the team gets that goal, and in the meantime, the teams will be reduced in numbers every. I don't know if it's on the minutes, so the teams could go from 7-a-side down to 2v2s to get an eventual winner. So I believe there's all sorts of different types of spin on the rules that'll make it fun and interesting and keep everyone interested in it. And so, yeah, we need to get it up to speed on everything that's going on with the rules side of things, and then just look forward to it.
Yeah, and also, the prize is £1 million for the winner, and I'm guessing, Jamie, as a footballer, you've got your eyes on winning the whole thing. You want to go there to win. Yeah,
definitely. That's obviously, like I say, as a footballer or ex-footballer, and as a coach, it's the competitive side of us. No matter who we're going to come up against, we're going to, like I say, try and go as strong as we can with our side and go as far in the competition as possible. And like I say, as well as put the Argyle brand out there, we want to go and win it. That's our aim.
$1 million, I should say, rather than £1 million. Just finally, then, on the team. So you two are the first two that have been announced as it, and because you've got player in your titles, we can put you down on the roster or as just in the squad. But that's the task, I suppose, now, isn't it, Chuck? To try and get together a group of players. What are you looking at? Where are we looking at to try and find potential players from then for it?
Yeah, so this is what we were talking about yesterday. It doesn't necessarily have to have a Plymouth Argyle links. I think teams are taking just players from all over, from academy to ex-players to just players, semi-professional players. So I think it's a real mixture of teams of players that come under the teams. So we're going to put our heads together and decide. I think it's 7-a-side. You might play 2 games in one day, so we're going to need some fitness. We're going to need people who are 7-a-sides, obviously different to 11-a-side. So we're going to have footballers and people who are going to be used to playing that and sharp at that. So yeah, we're gonna have to really, this is going to be the key for us, is getting that squad together, and I think we'll go for a bit of a mixture, and then it will be just trying to get the right players, because we're gonna have to gel quickly, because I believe we'll be meeting almost as we go out, and so then it'll be a very short turnaround before we start playing together. So the recruitment's going to be key, and so it'll be on me and Jamie and the rest of the team to make sure we get that right.
And Jamie, for both of you, actually, I suppose, but to have represented Argyle as a player, and you obviously now doing it as a coach, but to kind of to have that Argyle badge on again when you head out to North Carolina in the summer, what will it mean, I suppose, to kind of be out there as a trendsetter really for the club? It's something we've not ever done before.
I don't think I've ever been called that before, Charles.
You will be.
Yeah. Well, just like I say, just to represent the club, obviously here in the UK, and obviously with the under 18s and stuff is a privilege, but out there is going to be probably even more. So yeah, it'd be really important it's a privilege for me anyway to go out there, and like I say, obviously Dave as well, to represent the club as best we can, and like I say, use our contacts and people we know in around the game and past players to get that balance right of players that can still play at decent tempo and decent speed, and also a bit of experience where Chuck and myself might come into a little bit of our own there.
Controlling things towards the end of a game if it's tight when you're down to 2 each. Absolutely. And Dave, just on Argyle fans who will have not known anything about this, what would you say to them to kind of say why it's a good thing for Argyle that we are are being represented out in TST this summer?
Well, like I say, a big part of it for us is promoting the Argyle brand, and you know, whether that helps with business opportunities, whether that helps with bringing in new fans from different countries. That is a big part of it. We've been told that, we know that, and that's what we're going to really try and push as well. So, as in regards to helping Argyle and the club, it's, you know, new fans, new business opportunities, putting the Argyle brand worldwide, and so that's part of what we're doing, and you know, just a chance to be back involved with the club.